Hey everybody, welcome to Jojo's Corner. Today I'm reviewing the final book, Book 6 in the Adventures of Odyssey Passages series. This one is titled FENDAR'S Legacy, and it is written by Paul McCusker.
Panicking in an unruly crowd, Danny, Wayne, and Michelle plunge head over heels into the icy waters of Trickle Lake. But when they come up for air, they're shocked to find themselves in a large public fountain, in a time and place far from Odyssey. When the trio attempts to escape from the police, Michelle is seized and taken to the king's palace. The king of this corrupt kingdom believes Michelle was sent to help him. He offers her the choice to escape or remain in the comfort of the palace. Meanwhile, Danny and Wayne join forces with an exiled prince commanded by the Unseen One to lead his people to freedom. Caught on opposite ends of a weary nation's struggle to break free from oppression, the kids must now make a terrible choice. It may tear them apart and lead them down separate paths to life-threatening ends. Will the Unseen One deliver his people? And will he give the children a safe escape?
This story is a retelling of the story of Moses and the Exodus. What was really unique about this story is that the children were sort of separated and teamed up against one another in a way. The two boys, Danny and Wayne, sort of went with Fendar, which is the Moses type character, and Michelle stayed with King Stefan, who is the Pharaoh type character. I really enjoyed the way that this author chose to rewrite the story. I liked the different plagues. It was so interesting. This is such a well-known Bible story. I kind of thought it would be predictable, but no, this one totally kept my attention and just drew me in because of the way that he interpreted and changed up the plagues. So I'm going to totally recommend it for y'all today. It's the Adventures of Odyssey Passages series. It's FENDAR'S Legacy, written by Paul McCusker, and check it out. It's so good. So I wanted to kind of do a wrap-up video talking about the entire series. Something I really liked was that the books were short. They were around 200 pages each, and there were 6 of them. And so you can get through them. I mean, they're recommended for ages 10 and up, and so keeping that in mind, and kids and reading, I think it is just enough to be able to finish a story and then take the time with your kids to talk about what the story is about. And I love that this series gets people digging into God's Word, because you start to say, hey, I didn't know that story was in the Bible. Or maybe you'll discover that there's something in a story that you've read time and time again that you didn't really think about in a certain way, but through reading this series, it gets you to thinking about things in a different and new way. I like that this puts a lot of emphasis in the Unseen One, and the books even make it clear that the Unseen One is God, and that He is working in their lives, that He's using them. I totally loved that that it was kids being used by God, because a lot of times we think that because of our age, whether we're too young or we're too old to be used by God, but that's not true. God can use anyone, and I love that this series will let kids know, hey, I'm important. I can be used in God's plans. I can choose to obey and do what He wants, with my life. It's definitely worth investing your time and collecting them all, and reading them and rereading them. I can't wait until my son is old enough to understand, and we can sit down and read this series together. I think it'll be a good investment in his life. So it's just more than just some books we're going to read together. It gives families a chance to sit together and talk about the miracles of God, the things that He is doing and has done in their life, and the things that He can do in their lives. It sort of reminds me of the whole Chronicles of Narnia. It even references Narnia in one of the books. It's because it's about leaving this world and going to another place where things that you didn't think could happen are possible. And I think that anytime we can get kids to thinking about that, the fact that, hey, you know, maybe there's more to life than what I can see right here in front of me. Maybe, you know, there is a God who cares about me and has a plan for my life and who can do great things, and I can place my faith in Him. I mean, we never know how God can use something like a children's book series to draw His people closer to Him and to just change lives. I mean, I really enjoyed this series so much. I highly recommend it for you guys. I hope that you'll check it out. From JoJo's Corner, happy reading. Bye, everybody.